Broadcasting live on YouTube, Facebook, and X. Here's your host, Andrew Romanella.
Okay? Like, just get the hell out of here. Nobody cares what you think if you're not a Mets fan.
What's going on, everybody? Welcome into a Thursday edition of The Rome Show, broadcasting live on YouTube, Twitter, X, Instagram, and Facebook. I'm your host, Andrew Romanella. We got you for the next 30 minutes, taking you till 7:15. We are joined today by our resident hockey expert, the one and the only Rocky Romanella. He'll be here in about 120 seconds. We do all of our pleasantries before he joins us, including youtube.com/the Romanellas. That's youtube.com/the Romanellas. Hit that subscribe button, people. We are trending north of 50 subscribers. Let's go. Now we need to trend north of 75 subscribers. Help us do that by heading to youtube.com/the Romanellas. Twitter, X, and Instagram, The Rome Show 1. That's Twitter, X, and Instagram, The Rome Show. Then the number 1, Facebook.com/The Rome Show. We got Olympic updates from Italy. More medals were won yesterday for Team USA, and a gold could be won today in women's hockey. 3 of the men's quarterfinals game went to overtime yesterday. Exhilarating stuff. And I have the cost of winning an Olympic medal, not for every country, but for a lot of the countries. And you'd be surprised on the winnings or lack thereof winnings for some of these prime time Olympic international athletes. Kind of crazy when you break it all down. Andrew Romanella, The Rome Show podcast, wherever you get your podcasts, of course. Get it on the Action YouTube or Twitter X. Let's not waste any more time in getting Rocky Romanella on the air. It's Hockey with Rocky. It's one of our favorite segments. Now, inside the glass, Hockey with Rocky.
What's going on, everybody? We are going for gold here today. What's up?
We are going for gold, and for about 5 minutes last night, Rocky, it looked like we were going for nothing. It was nerve-wracking when they tied that game.
It's funny. A lot of people were nervous. I got like 4 or 5 texts that just said WTF and or dude.
Yeah, that was me. But can I tell you why I was nervous? It was less about like, oh, well, now that they gave up the game tying goal with 1:31 left, the game's over. It was the way they were playing in the moment of giving up the goal, Rock. I think that what gave me pause.
Yeah, I think that's what I talked about the most with big men's league win last night, by the way, 5-4 coming from behind.
Oh, that's great.
Drew 2 big penalties to really turn the tide in the third period, which I'm pretty proud of.
We love that for you.
Not all heroes show up on the score sheet.
Or before 10 p.m.
Anyway, dude, it was a West Coaster last night. It was late.
So
no, and that's all I've talked about is you played, you weathered the storm in the first, which, by the way, they've done every single game. In all 4 of their games, you are going to get the best from the opposing team against the USA. That's always going to happen. But they did a great job weathering the storm in the first. They played their game. They were physical. They were hard on the puck. They were creating offensive zone time, which they've done really impressively in the first 3. And then in the second, they did what they needed to do. They stepped up, and they hit like the accelerator. They played even more physical. They were more dominant. I mean, they outshot Sweden 20-8 in the second period.
Yeah.
And you're just like pedal to the metal in the third.
Yeah.
Don't let them up. Just don't even give him a chance. Play the exact same period. And this is, even if we win 1-0, it's not going to feel, it's going to feel like you won 5-0.
Well, yeah, and going into the game, we were talking a lot of Rock about how you had 2 opposing offensive mentalities here. You had the USA, which, let's be serious, they could score 6 or 7 goals in a night. There's no doubt in my mind. And you have Team Sweden that I kept calling it like the old school New Jersey Devils. It's not that they're playing slow, they're a fast team, but they're good with organizing their unit. They're good with moving the puck. They're good with making sure they find the right space. Whereas Team USA sometimes feels like it's bam, 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 defensive zone, offensive zone. And I thought, though it was only 1-0 for a vast majority of the second and third period, till about 10 minutes left, it felt like USA had that good pace. And then Sweden flipped the switch, Rocky, that they had to switch. And that's what allowed them to play so good the last 10 minutes inside that game.
Yeah, we tried to play like it's game 35 of the NHL regular season. We're gonna pack it in and like, hey, if they get it, if we lose the point, no
Fuck
big
it.
deal.
Right.
Like it is just, and you're just like, this is not what we're supposed to be doing right now.
I agree. Because the
And
first period, though it was scoreless, didn't feel like anyone wasn't not trying to play their game. It was just
no,
like an acclimation period.
no, I thought I think the biggest fear going into the game is that you thought you saw what you saw in the third for the beginning, where you were like, oh, we're gonna respect Sweden's speed and skill. And I'm glad that they didn't. I knew you were gonna have to be patient the entire game. Like you weren't gonna be, you couldn't panic if it was 0-0, or
Right.
even if you were down 1-0. That was like patience and physicality is what I kept telling people. Like that's what I need out of them. And they
Yeah.
showed that.
Yeah.
But then the problem is at the 10-minute mark when you try and pack it in, you take a barrage of shots. So now when there's 2 minutes left, they feel super confident versus, hey, if at 3 minutes left they turn it on the way they did, okay, well now they're just desperate. You expected this,
Right.
right? Like it's a completely different feel.
Yeah, it's a great point. Rock, by the way, our number one fan, Megan, wrote in, hey, Rocky, let's go Canada. We will get to Canada USA gold medal tonight. And we will also, Meg, get to Sidney Crosby's injury because that could be big for Canada moving forward.
Huge.
But great to see Meg. And I didn't see her yesterday, Rock, but you jump in on the YouTube and now we're back, baby. So that's some good stuff. Hockey with Rocky is back. Let's finish up on USA Sweden. Rock, can we talk about Hellebuck real quick? 28 saves on 29 shots. And if you're a Team USA fan, you got to believe you have the best goaltender in the tournament right now, no?
Yeah, I thought he looked excellent yesterday. I think he's looked great all tournament. I mean, he's super solid. I mean, the only time we actually felt like we were maybe, a little nervous in net is when Swayman was playing.
Yeah.
Outside of that, zero questions. He looks great. I love what I'm seeing from him, but I also, in all reality, I think our defense has been playing just incredible. I think, even guys like that you don't necessarily see a lot of, like Brock Faber, right? Like he's played great. Obviously we knew Rowensky and Hughes were gonna play good, but like Sanderson, I mean, you've got guys that you don't watch every day and they're doing the job, and it's been really fun to see.
So I was getting my hair cut while the game was going on yesterday. Also, by the way, I saw that on the right end there. That's why there's no headband today, because while I was getting my hair cut yesterday, I had my barber go, yo, bro, I do all this great work to your head. And then you just put a headband on for the Rome show. So I thought in honor of JR and the fantastic work that he did to my head, as you can see, very impressive stuff. He'll be there on June 18th to make us look good. I thought in honor of JR, I would leave the headband off. But I said all that and tangented there to say this. As I was sitting in my chair, I thought to myself, well, this is one of those games, and it's kind of wild. And Sweden's in that moment right now where you're either like, oh my God, we have a chance to medal, or this was an absolute catastrophic failure. And for about a minute and 30 seconds after that goal was scored before overtime, if you're a United States fan, you're sitting there and you're going, holy crap. We are one moment away from not even coming close to a medal.
You know what? The soccer team and an old US hockey team would have lost that game.
Yeah. 2002
Right?
USA hockey loses that game.
Totally. Like it's just not, but I don't know. For me, it wasn't, you had to expect Sweden was going to score. I don't know. You can't, And I think that that's like when you look at some of the player interviews after, it's like, dude, we've got like a lot of Stanley Cup winners in here. Like we were
Yeah.
good. Like we were good. I think what you saw out of Quinn Hughes and what you saw out of the team in overtime proved that they were good
Yeah.
because they out 5-0 in shots.
Yeah.
Even when Sweden had the puck, we were in great positioning.
It looked like a power play almost when it was 3-on-3.
And that's what people. So for a minute 30, you're like, oh no. But the second the puck drops in OT, you're like, this is our game.
Yeah. Which
And you're like, the only thing in overtime, you're like, we need to score now because like if it
Yeah.
gets to 2 minutes and they get one breakaway, we're screwed. This is
Well,
bad.
that's what I kept thinking the whole time. I kept saying to JR, bro, either we need to score and make it 2-0 with 5 minutes left, and then somehow we're going to win this thing 3-0, or they're tying this game. And it had that momentum. It's like, okay, USA has 9 chances right now to score. If they don't score in the first 9, Sweden's winning this game on the 10th. Like it had that feeling.
Yes.
And to finish, because I definitely want to get your opinion on the Canada side of things too, because I do think that Canada-Finland semifinal might actually be more entertaining than USA-Slovakia, but we'll get to that in a second. I think when you look at it, that's all you want from Team USA. And I would argue that's how you probably feel about the Rangers. That's how someone feels about the Giants, whatever the case is. Like, you just want to know that your team, like, doesn't just lose. Like, how many times you watch your team play 58 minutes of hockey, great hockey, but the last 5 minutes are so bad in regulation and overtime that it doesn't even matter. Whereas Team USA allowed us to feel like we can win every type of game. We can win 5-0. We can win 3-2. We can win overtime. The only thing we haven't seen right now is a shootout, but we're good. We'll hold off on that for now.
Yeah, we don't need that. Even though that we love TJ Oshie's in the commentating box.
He's so good. All right, talk to me about Canada because Rock,
what a game.
For 7 minutes or 8 minutes, 9 minutes, whatever, people were like, they might lose this game. I mean, talk to us and please talk to us about the significance of Sidney Crosby's injury.
Well, listen, I mean, Sidney Crosby has captained every team for the last however 20 years, and he doesn't lose gold medal games. So, and it's not like this is some 38-year-old figurehead. The guy had 2 goals and 4 assists throughout the first 4 games of the Olympics. I mean, it's not like he's not contributing either. He is a massive part of this team. And when you see what some of the players were saying after the game, it's like, dude, Sid came and talked to us after the second period, like making sure this wasn't his last Olympic game ever was a huge motivator for us going into the third.
Sure.
I mean,
didn't even know that. That's awesome.
Andre Palat scores and you go down with 8 minutes left and you kind of look over and you're like, dude, are we going to be the guys that like make Crosby retire?
Right.
Like, no,
we can't do that.
Yeah. No, we can't. And I just, it would have been, it's not like that. It just that team doesn't have the makeup of being down 1 goal. That coach doesn't have the makeup of being down 1 goal. Like every team on their path to a championship, whether it's in the Olympics or in the professional sports leagues or in any league for that matter, needs to have the battle tested scar that says, hey, we survived when we probably shouldn't have survived.
Yeah.
And both the US, although I don't know if that was the US's defining moment quite yet. I think it's going to be versus Slovakia personally, but that was Canada's defining moment for their team. I don't think they're going to have an easy game versus Finland, but that right there is like, that's why Canada is considered the best team at this tournament.
And I thought about this last night, okay? And I'm saying to myself, you know how people love to break down like what the path to a gold medal is? Can you think of, and I know the Republic of Russia is not in the tournament, so there is a caveat there, like that every great country for hockey is not technically in the tournament. But can you think of a harder path if Canada wins this gold? Can you think of a harder path if USA is who they meet in the gold medal round? I got to think that Canada had one of the most difficult paths to get to that gold medal than any of the other teams that might possibly win it. Finland, on the flip side, you could say maybe 2. But what are your thoughts on that?
You know what? I don't know. I didn't necessarily watch the prelim games that Canada had to play. I actually think the US's path is tougher.
Really? Okay.
Yeah.
Okay.
Oh, yeah. I mean, Latvia was physical. I mean, Latvia came out and banged. Denmark came out and banged bodies, right? Even Germany was tough. And quite frankly, the Slovakia, Sweden, Finland group was better.
That was arguably the best group. But I guess I was looking at Czechia, Switzerland, then they had to play.
They played France and Italy.
That's true, though. That's fair.
And Switzerland. No?
Canada, you're saying?
Yeah.
Canada had Switzerland,
So
France,
no.
and Czechia
So
in their
no.
pool play. Italy was in the pool play with
first game
Finland.
that they truly got challenged, they almost lost. I think what I learned from Canada's game yesterday isn't that they've had the toughest road. It's that they're more fragile than people realize, and they are beatable.
Okay, so this is great because I'm sitting here thinking the Germany, Latvia, Denmark pool's all right. Now I'm thinking all three pools are all right. It's clear and obvious that Sweden, Finland, Canada, and USA are the best four teams. But when I looked at, they got to go through Czechia again, they got to go through Finland, and then the United States. I'm like, interesting. But yeah, when you really do break it down that way, Rocky, I guess I did not realize how deep those other countries are. They're way better than I think I gave them credit for.
Italy has 0 NHLers.
Italy and France, right? Aren't those the two that didn't
France
have any?
has maybe one.
I think Germany, Latvia, those were the four that had the least, I think I read the other day.
Slovakia.
Dude.
Slovakia only has Slovakia only has 7 NHLers, and only one of them you've actually heard of.
I don't know.
And that's Eric Chernak, who plays D for Tampa Bay Lightning.
Oh,
you don't know any. Do you know who Martin Furfurry is? I mean,
no.
I know him because the Rangers play the Caps a lot, but and you only hear about when he plays the Caps. Do you know who Juraj Slavašský is?
No, his last name is the name of the country. That's wild.
Do you know Martin Pop? You don't know these guys.
You don't even know how to say their names.
That's what I'm saying. So I don't necessarily think Canada's had the toughest road. I would argue if Sweden beats Canada, Finland beats Canada.
Finland does.
And then has to play the US to win gold. That would be the toughest round because they had Sweden in the first round. They had Slovakia. So 2 of the 4 teams in their grouping are in the semifinals.
And you know what's wild here is, and by the way, we're talking to Rocky Romanella, resident hockey expert here on the Rome Show, Hockey with Rocky on a Thursday. You know what's wild is we talk about Canada and USA like they're on this crash course. Now, we don't necessarily believe it's a foregone conclusion, but there are a lot
absolutely not
at all. There are a lot of people out there, I think, and that's more of a probably mid-level novice Olympic sport fan that's like, oh, well, they're the 2 best teams just because they see it in the women's side. Finland was the gold medal champion in 2022. Okay. And in 2018, it was the Republic of Russia. So neither of these 2 teams are either of the last 2 gold medal champion, which I think tells you a lot.
By the way, what you saw from Finland yesterday is what you will see from Finland against Canada. They are a steady team. They play one way, whether it is period 1 at 6 minutes, period 3 at 7 minutes, up to, down to. The Finns will play their game no matter what for the entire game, which means they will never be out of the game.
Yeah, no.
So Canada, if Canada doesn't want to be in a dogfight with 3 to 2 minutes left in the game, they will need to score a lot of goals.
And early, like if you can go up 2-3-0 on a team like that, I feel the same way. I felt the same way about the USA's attack against the Swedes in the semifinal game. All right, Rocky, we got 10 minutes left because we both have to work multiple jobs. We can't just talk on the radio all day. And I want to talk about the gold medal game tonight because Team USA women versus Team USA Canada. Now, the all-time series matchup is in favor of Team Canada with 5 gold medals over the United States, 2 gold medals. Okay. To finish my thought here, because it's super simple. Unlike the men's tournament, we knew this was going to be the case. Barring a crazy outcome that probably should have never happened, USA and Canada were meeting for the gold medal. This has been the path since 1994, I think, when the Olympic Games adhered women's hockey. Rocky, women's American team is favored by 1.5. Okay. And they're giving us 5.5 goals as the line. Both the Canada team and the USA team have the two leading goal scorers, which are on your screen right now, in Caroline Harvey for USA and Daryl Watts for Team Canada. That is your T, Rocky. Now you can smash it and give us your thoughts.
Caroline Harvey, by the way, is a defenseman.
Why?
And her skating ability, she is their Quinn Hughes in a way. Her skating ability, her puck handling ability is incredible to watch. So go watch her shifts.
So good.
That's all I'm gonna say.
That
That's
whole
where I'll
team, by
start.
the way, it's like unfair to watch them
That's
against
where
some
I'll
of these
start.
countries.
The next piece here is that I think I like the over. I'll say that. There will be goals. I've I listen. I don't watch every game when they play the rivalry series, but I'm pretty sure it's always a lot, has a lot of goals. Is Marie Poulin playing for Canada?
I believe she is, yes. Which Rocky
Difference
asked that
difference
question because she's their best player and she did not
and she
play
didn't
the pool play.
play. Nope, she did not, but she's their best player. That'll be an X factor. But Team USA is this is a new generation of USA athletes for both men and women. There is no, oh, hockey's kind of new. This is what you're seeing out of the USA hockey on both fronts. More importantly, on the women's front, is this is the generation of talent that says we are the best in the world.
Yeah.
Right? Like this isn't like we're newcomers to the sport. We're not newcomers to the sport in women's hockey.
Right.
We are the sport in women's hockey.
Correct.
And you're only behind Canada because Canada's hockey,
Yeah.
right?
Literally.
As it should be,
Yeah.
right? But the playing field is leveled at that top tier level, and we should be the favorites. We've earned the right, and I believe that the team will actually play like they're the favorites. I don't
Just
think you're going to see a USA team that has any doubt that they're going to win the game.
I agree with that 1000%. Just to correct my own statement, it was 1998,
That's
not
right.
1994, that women's hockey started in the Olympics. By the way, since the 2022 Beijing Olympic Games, with which Canada defeated the United States of America in that gold medal match, USA has outscored Canada 24-7 over the rivalry series games they played. And that does not include the 5-0 beating of them in pool play, which would jump that to 29 goals for USA and 7 for Team Canada over the last 4 meetings.
The last time they played the rivalry series, I think the final game, the U.S. might have put up a 10 spot.
I had it up. I lost the webpage now, but I
It
think
was a
you're
lot,
right.
though.
I think you're right. Yeah.
It was
To your point, like this is not we're just trying to prove. No, we believe we are that. Like our women's soccer team, I feel the same way about it. Like when we go out and don't win a FIFA World Cup in women's soccer, our women's team comes back and says we didn't tell everyone we were the best team in the world, because we are. And the difference here is that you're right. Canada is hockey. So you're literally taking the country that we feel like invented the sport and try and beat them at their own game. Rocky, give us your final thoughts on some of this hockey stuff before we get out of here in the next few minutes.
Final thoughts. I think what I said is true about Finland and Canada. Finland is going to be steady, and it'll be up to Canada to go score a lot of goals. That'll be the way they win that game. They're going to have to put up a 4-5 spot and really just like not give Finland a chance. When it comes to the U.S., I want you to go look at the first period of Latvia, the first period of Denmark, and the first period of Germany. I want you to times it by 10, and that's the level of intensity you are going to get out of Slovakia. And they will come for 60 minutes.
Oh,
so
yeah.
you're going to need to match the intense. It will be the most physical game, in my opinion, that the U.S. plays all tournament. And they will need to match the intensity and crank up the offensive pressure, similar to the way they just like By the end of the second period, Denmark had nothing. By the end
Yeah.
of the second period, Latvia had nothing. By the end of
Yeah.
the second period, Germany had nothing.
Gotta tire
That
them
is
out.
the way it, but if you let Slovakia hang around, it will not that would be the thing that hurts us the most. You can't let a team like Slovakia, they've got nothing to lose.
Right.
No like two NHLers, seven NHLers. I'm telling you, they will be physical, but it will be a great win for the US if they can pull it off.
Today at 1:10 p.m., USA women take on Canada. I am going to go with Rocky there. I'm taking the over in goals at 5.5. And I'm going to believe in my country here. And I'm going to take Team USA on the money line. I'm not taking them by the 1.5 because as much as I could see Team USA winning 7-1 in this one, I could also see Team USA winning in overtime 3-2. That men's game that Rocky just previewed for everybody, by the way, tomorrow, 3:10 p.m. If you want to see Canada, Finland, that actually happens prior to Team USA. That's at 10:40 a.m. Rocky, do you believe to finish it is Canada, USA in the final? Do you think it's USA, Finland, or Finland, Slovakia, Canada, Slovakia? What do you got?
It has to be Canada, USA.
It's gotta be, man. It's gotta be. Like how?
It just has to be.
If we have to watch this Olympics,
I can't give myself any other thoughts.
I
If I'm
know.
not waking up at 8 a.m. to watch the gold medal game on Sunday, I'm gonna be a little
pissed.
PO'd.
I am
Yeah.
and it's less about me being an American and being proud of them. I just feel like hockey deserves it. I just feel like hockey deserves it. You know,
Totally.
The Four Nations was cool and all, man, and we liked it on American soil. And I'm sure Sweden's and Finland love it a little bit, but this is freaking everyone now. This is the true definition of what Four Nations is, though it's multiple nations. And so for me, I feel like if you like the sport of hockey, you deserve to see the women's teams that are matched up today. And I think if all goes according to plan, you deserve to see Canada versus USA.
Absolutely.
Yo, great stuff today, man. I needed to get you on because we couldn't have this get to the gold medal without hearing from you.
No, absolutely. I can't wait to talk about it next week. And FYI, just on the side note, because everyone knows I do this, but Tyler Reddick, huge win at the Daytona 500 on Sunday. Huge win, and the NASCAR season has officially kicked off. So get excited.
Just so you'd be proud because on Tuesday, I brought that up because your normal slot used to be Tuesday. And we're figuring it out now. But I brought it up on your behalf. I said, Rocky would be proud of me. I need to let everyone know that Tyler Reddick won the Daytona 500.
Dude, and you don't need, hey, listen, the guy only led one lap the entire race.
Yeah. Crazy, right?
It was what an incredible finish.
Crazy. That's the Daytona 500
finish.
That is the Daytona 500. You could not lead for 499 laps. And now your whole life has changed one lap later.
Started 26th. Finish first.
That's awesome.
Didn't lead one lap.
And Michael Jordan won that lawsuit against NASCAR. That's a good year for 2311 racing right there. That's a really good
no doubt
year.
No doubt.
Rocky Romanella, everybody, give him a round of applause. That's just beautiful stuff. That's beautiful. Go USA, Rock. Have a good rest of your day. That is the Rome Show, ladies and gentlemen. We are going to save our fun stuff about who wins what for tomorrow because we need stuff. All right. Meg says go Canada. Andrew says go USA. As always, from our favorite fan from down under, Meg, thanks for waking up with us. Or should I say going to sleep with us? It depends on what time it is there for you. Thank you, Rocky Romanella, for always being on and giving us the hockey insight we all never knew we needed, but that we all truly wanted. I'm Andrew Romanella. Be sure to subscribe on YouTube, on Twitter X, on Instagram. Follow the podcast, whatever it is. I'll see you tomorrow. Peace.
Thank you for listening.